We got a new Mario plus Rabbids game, which is really exciting because I didn't think we were going to get it. And I was like, oh, maybe there's a chance we'll get something new like we did with the Star Fox game that wasn't a Star Fox game that Ubisoft made. I thought maybe we'd get something like that. So I tuned into the E3 conference for Ubisoft, only to be surprised by a ton of Rainbow Six and that masterpiece back there. Or at least I hope it's a masterpiece, because the last one was really good. I got it for super cheap, still haven't finished it, but it was great fun for what I played. And it looks like the scope of this game is going to be so much bigger than what came before. Meaning, who knows what's going to happen, but personally, I am just very, very excited. E3 season is back in full force, and if we're going to get stuff like this, and God knows what, then, my God, I'm so happy. I'm really excited. Like, I haven't been this hyped for a game since probably Odyssey. But I don't know how much of that is it's just been revealed, and also it's E3 season, so of course I'm excited. I don't know how much of it's that and how much of it is I just kind of want to play this, because I mean, they're in space now. What's with space? There's also Rabbid Rosalina, which is really kind of funny, because, well, we had a lot of things, and Rabbid Rosalina just seems really grumpy and doesn't want to do anything. So, it's great, and it makes sense, because, like I said, they're in space. But also, this time there's not much context into, like, why the hell they're in space. But, who knows, because this is Mario plus Rabbids. It's a wacky, crazy sort of situation. And it looks like they're playing off Galaxy and also playing off the actual Rabbids games as well this time, instead of just focusing on a generic Mario theme that's been crazily whacked up by the Rabbids. And the little robot hockey puck thing's back with the rabbit ears, and oh my God, I just thank you for doing this, Ubisoft. Like, we need more story in our Mario games because Nintendo won't do it, and they've come up with weird laws that restricts their developers, and it's stupid, and this is the only way that we're getting around all of that, because, well, Nintendo doesn't always do what we want. It's like, if we get a Switch Pro, it'll probably be a Switch Pro, but there'll be a downside that people don't like. Or we'll be like, okay, we want Virtual Console, and they'll give it to us on the Nintendo Switch Online. Like, that's a good example. But this is about the closest we're going to get. So, I'm hoping that with the freedom the Rabbids allows, the new style, because they've got rid of the grid by the looks of things, and the satisfying combat, as well as just freedom with the enemy types and environments, we're going to see something really cinematic, like we've seen with the trailers and the previous game in the series. And I'm also hoping we're going to get some really fun and unique bosses and situations that just wouldn't make sense in a regular Mario game, like Orchestra Rabbids that was there before. So, if Nintendo can make this one work, and make this a recurring franchise, like, say, Mario and Luigi or Mario Kart, I would be down for that, like, so much. Like, this should become one of the franchises that Nintendo just does with Ubisoft. It's probably going to be hard because licensing and stuff like that, as well as the fact that they're not the ones developing it, but I think this series has a lot of potential, and if it stops here, then that roller coaster is just going to stop. Because if you compare the first Rabbids game to the first Mario Kart game, then you can kind of see some similarities in the way it's looked very similar to what had come before, and then it broke off and became a very unique and sort of its own thing. Because everyone was comparing the first Mario Rabbids to XCOM, but now it's got its own sort of combat style because they got rid of the grid and a lot of other things. And though it still looks turn-based and there's still a cover system, but at the end of the day, hurry up and get to the 15th so we can see Nintendo's massive conference unveil the Switch Pro, so I can spend all my money and be poor again. Just do it, Nintendo. Absolutely. Go for it. Just make this whole thing really flipping wacky. Give us everything you've got. Give us new Mario Luigi games, give us Mario platforms, Odyssey 2, Breath of the Wild. Just give us everything, because I am so goddamn excited, and I hope you guys are too, because you know I've got some crazy content coming up with E3 and new games coming out. So I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.